Throwing ass on the gram, getting laughs at the stand. Only she can, only Feehans. It's only Feehans.
All right, welcome back to another episode of OnlyFeehans with me, Kerryn Elizabeth Feehan, your host, and our guest today, hilarious comedian, internationally hilarious comedian, coming off an injury. Des Bishop is here,
That's
guys.
right, coming off an injury. I feel like a professional athlete starting to do the pause. I'm getting ready to get back.
Starting to promote, man. Feeling good.
It's been tough, yeah. Mostly been difficult in the head.
And mentally, right?
Yeah, mentally it's been very tough.
That's true.
How do you pronounce your last name?
Feehan, or you can say Feehan.
Do Americans say Feehan?
Yeah, I slow it down.
And the Irish go Feehan?
Yeah. Because it was O'Fagan probably initially.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. And then just became Feehan.
It's a fine name.
You like it?
Kerryn with a Y is weird, but you know.
Well, it's Kerry with an N.
Yeah, it's just I'd never seen it until I met you.
Yeah, my mother made it up.
You're the only Kerryn I've ever met, actually.
There's like one other on Instagram I found.
She happens to be a comedian. What a coincidence. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
she's
she's Kerren. You know Margolis? Kerryn Margolis?
Yeah, she's the only with an E that I know.
Well,
The two of you.
That's the Israeli spelling.
Oh, right, because you both have odd
Names. Well, people say we spelled Karen wrong, but they're fucking stupid. It's
thank you.
Kerryn.
Listen, you got away with it. You don't want to be Karen.
I know. I spell it for everybody, especially the Starbucks employees. I'm like, listen, Kerryn.
You know, you could just change your name.
I'm not one of them. Like, could I?
Just do Feehan like you're in fucking boarding school.
Just call me
Feehan.
by my last name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like talking Irish stuff with you because my parents went to their honeymoon in Ireland.
Oh, really?
Yes. You know, all that Cork and fucking Kiss the Blarney Stone, all that shit.
Sure.
My grandfather always talked about his parents. They were from fishing village.
Oh, that narrows it down. that narrows it down on the island of Ireland. It's like, I mean, come on.
I'm not a very good listener.
Yeah, you don't know what county even?
I heard Cork a lot. I heard a lot about
good.
Cork.
That's my one.
Yeah?
I went to college there. You know.
You did?
I did.
I gotta go back. Not back. I gotta go. Period. I still haven't gone. I might go in September.
You've never gone?
I know.
Oh
It's
my
ridiculous.
God. It's ridiculous.
I know. You think I could sell tickets there?
I don't know. It depends how your social media does over there. I have no, you know, honestly, I could, in this day and age of the way the game works, I could never gauge who would do well and who wouldn't.
Really?
You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, it really all depends. You check the analytics.
I'll look. I'll see if there's anybody there that gives a shit about me. Maybe I'll ask Colin Turrell or Katie Boyle. Yeah.
Which is how we know each other.
I was just going to say, that's the last time we podcasted together was the old shift.
In my apartment, right?
Right.
The shift.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you still living there?
Still there.
It's a good spot.
Married now.
Right.
I didn't even know my wife.
Oh my God, that's right.
I didn't even know who she was the last time we podcasted
It was
together.
a bachelor pad then.
Yeah, I guess it was a sad. I mean, it wasn't.
Now
much
what
of
is
a
it? Just
bachelor.
covered in glitter and lip gloss everywhere?
No, we're both I married a messy person.
You're
so
both messy?
Yeah, double mess.
I like that.
So she tries every now and then to be like, "What's this?" I'll be like, "You want to do?
You want to play this game?
You want to play? Because like." It's not going to work out. We're not cleaners.
No, who is? You're too busy doing stuff.
Yeah, artists, whatever. I have no excuse. I honestly, she's so messy.
Yeah.
I haven't become the clean one, but I've definitely become the cleaner one.
Okay. All right.
You know?
Yeah. My excuse is my dad would just follow me around growing up, picking up after me. I went to college and my roommates were like, Kerryn, there's just piles of shit everywhere you walk. You just take your clothes off and leave them wherever you were. And I was like, well, yeah, where's my dad?
Well,
are you guys not going to clean up after me? What the fuck?
You and Hannah have that in common. She really likes to blame her mother for her messiness, that her mother is such a neat freak that she never had to clean.
That's my dad though, because he like grew up really poor, triple decker. Everything was a mess all the time. That he became psycho clean. Every corner of the world is clean.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like
Me, on the other hand,
let's go.
My mother was, you know, she was so like hyper anxiety all the time.
Yeah.
To the point where it was uncomfortable. And the most uncomfortable time was when it was cleaning time.
Yeah.
So I don't love cleaning time.
Nobody
and
does.
But I'll tell you, I can't be in the house if the cleaning lady's in there.
No, me neither. I like
I have it's
yeah, because it's almost like they're looking through your like they're looking at your mess, and would make me feel.
I feel guilty.
My dad used to make us clean so hard before the cleaning lady got there.
Oh, that's right. That's a whole thing.
Yes.
Cleaning before the cleaning.
Helen, shout out to Helen. I remember Helen, and then Helen would clean the linoleum floors. That's a hard word to say. That's not my fault. Linoleum floors, and my dad would scream at her because she wasn't doing it the way that he had just done it.
Come
He's
on.
psychotic. No, my dad's
That's
psychotic.
control freak stuff.
100%. He's also has a food addiction. I find that people with food addictions are very controlling in every other aspect that they can be.
Because isn't that part of what the food thing is?
Yeah.
I don't want to. Of all my addictions,
I'm not a theory.
That's not my
Me too.
area of expertise.
I know. I mean, I'm an alcoholic, fucking former drug addict, but this is what I think. And it's a theory about the food addiction people.
Yeah, the cleaning before the cleaning, that's like one of those things that does well on a poll on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because some people are like, no, fuck that, you're paying them.
Right, that's me.
Because honestly, sometimes I clean before the cleaning lady, and then I'm like, I think we're good.
Right? I think I got it.
Yeah.
Like, let me keep my money. No, there was a guy, Kate, shout out to Kate Drescher. She was very generous, and she had a guy come and clean my place the last time she had stayed here with Mabel.
Oh, wow.
And I came back, and he moved things around, and he put eucalyptus in my shower.
Wow.
I don't know. I was blown away. Fresh flowers everywhere. And
That's like 5-star hotel vibes.
No shit. And I was like,
you put lavender on your pillow?
yeah, something. I don't know what he put there. Some beautiful scent. I was amazed. I was very happy. And then, but for me, it's hard to maintain because I get a 70-pound dog. And people are like, do you wipe your dog's feet when she comes in? Yeah, blow me.
Oh, are you a shoes off person? Because I didn't shoe off.
I don't give a fuck. No, this is a dog house, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you're wiping your dog's feet, congratulations. You're better than me. You're better than me.
Yes.
I don't have it.
Because the shoes off thing has become increasingly more popular in the United States.
Suck a dick. What are we in Japan? I'm not. I don't care.
Well, the thing is, it's cultural there, and it is cleaner. You know, sometimes I know that I've been stepping on rat pee.
Me, all of us.
And dog
it's good for your
pee,
immune system.
but I just don't care. Like, it doesn't enter my mind.
Me neither.
Throughout the day in my apartment that I didn't take off my shoes and there's dirt everywhere. Now, I understand some people are like, oh my God, I can't. But like, it just doesn't bother me.
I feel the same way.
And I feel sorry for you that it bothers you.
I do too, because I think it's a little mental illness. I think it's a little OCD going on up there. Today in gym class, you know those little balls, like they're spurs or whatever, you step on them and they get in your sneakers? Maybe this just happens to me. They fall from trees and they're like little balls. They're from a plant. They look like little tiny and they have spikes that stick out of them.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, I'm doing a Metcon 3, shout out Equinox, and I'm kicking these little balls out of my sneakers onto the gym floor like a filthy pig. I grabbed them. I was like, sorry, everybody.
I know. Sometimes if I've been at the beach and then I go to the gym and there's like
sand in your socks
or sand like in the pockets of the shorts that I was wearing, and then it's on the Equinox. I would say Equinox, but
really,
if you hadn't just said Equinox, I would have said Equinox.
How's it pronounced?
No, that's American versus Irish pronunciation.
Oh, what does that word mean?
The equinox is like
the sun.
It's the midpoint between the solstices. So the autumn and spring.
I can see you nerdy Des.
Equinox. Come on, you knew that, Nicole,
wicked
right?
Smart. This guy's
are we allowed to reference Nicole?
Of course we are.
Did you? But actually, the actual meaning of the word.
Those are them. How did you find that?
Wow.
What'd you type in?
Tree spiky balls.
Nice.
Yeah, I hate those, man.
Yeah. Those get in my
in
sneaks.
fairness, their stickiness is their survival.
Oh, from predators?
No, that's how they spread around and make more of themselves.
Oh, like you guys.
Essentially, that's the short skirt.
Just like men.
Yeah, that's their hotness.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like, how do we create? Like they're attractive.
Okay, check out my spikes. Okay.
Yeah, clingy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, these women that love comedians.
I get clingy.
Oh, she's at my show again. But anyway,
but the sand and the shorts,
yeah. Anyway, in the Equinox. It's embarrassing. I find it embarrassing, but I guess it doesn't matter.
In the moment, I was embarrassed this morning because it looked like there was shit flying off my shoes, even though it wasn't shit. It was spiky things, but.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been a little embarrassed. If I was in a class and stuff was going around.
I wasn't as embarrassed as the guy that was lifting half the pounds that I was lifting, though. Flinging around 15s, you fucking fairy. Get out of here.
Well,
Sorry.
Everybody's at their own.
Everybody needs to start somewhere. Meet them where they're at.
Yeah, not everyone's like upset. Like not everyone's whole personality is going to the gym. Kerryn.
Burn. Ouch.
No, but like he's probably older. Like I know when I go to those classes, I take it easy. My whole life is just fear of injury these days.
Right, you have an excuse.
No, I got old. It's just the way it is.
I'm never gonna get old. What? How did you do the knee thing again? What were you doing? Walking up a mountain?
It's a ski fall.
Oh, you and Sonny Bono.
And well, he's dead. So
No.
I survived, but it was a pretty bad fall.
Did you cry? You can be
No,
honest.
I didn't cry.
Okay.
do you want to know the first? So I tumbled 1,400 feet.
Holy fuck. In your head, were you like, I tumble for you?
Oh man, it was a long fall, man. I just couldn't stop.
You just wanted to stop yourself so bad. So did you have the skis on? I'm assuming.
Well, that's how I fucked my knee up. My left ski didn't pop off straight away. Eventually it did, but
Yeah.
not soon enough.
Right.
Big twist.
Yeah, that probably
I
fucking
know.
hurts so much. That's good that you went through that. Struggle is
Actually,
good.
can I digress?
Yes.
I'm not going to name the comedian, but there is a woman in comedy, and while I was getting back on stage, but still had crutches, she followed me on 2 different occasions. And when I walked off, she asked me what happened. And when I told her, she was like, "Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't. And it kind of annoyed me because I was like,
It's didn't
oh,
happen
is
to you.
it tough for you to hear about? Because I had to live it. I
hate that.
Yeah, I had to live this.
Yeah.
I can't.
Stop. Like throwing up. Like,
Yeah.
don't tell me about the time
But
you
the
threw
second
up.
time she followed me, she started talking about it on stage. You know, like, because she's squeamish about it, which I mean, it's fine. It
would annoy me.
It's uncontrollable. But I was like, oh, is it tough for you?
You poor thing.
Because
To
it was
listen to
really,
it.
it's been hell for me. But anyway, when I finally finished tumbling 1,400 feet,
Oh my
it was
God.
painful, but it wasn't like, honestly, the relief of finally stopping, because I
Yeah.
had been falling for so,
How many minutes?
well, it's impossible for me to gauge. In my mind, it felt like
20
at
minutes.
least 2, maybe
Okay.
3 minutes.
Okay.
Which is just a long
That
time
is
of
a
like
long time
being
of
out of
falling.
control falling. And
Yeah.
like you just never know what you're gonna hit. But luckily I
Right.
didn't hit a tree or a rock. Anyway, so this guy comes up.
Stop.
This
Just
guy
kidding.
came up quite quickly. And the first thing, it's funny you say you're crying. The first thing I said to him was, I'm so embarrassed.
Aw.
That was so, tears wasn't the feeling.
No.
The embarrassment of not being the best skier of all time.
The male ego.
What is this fucking New Yorker doing on this fucking very difficult hill?
Was it a double black diamond?
I
or
know. Well,
something?
actually, the difficult part about what I was on was, I mean, it was steep. Like,
Obviously, if you're falling.
yeah, but you have to hike to it. You can't get there without hiking.
Okay.
It's a run.
Yeah.
It's a well-trodden path to get there too. But I was not fit enough to do the insane hike up with your skis in 12,000 feet above sea level, and I really didn't have the legs to get back down, and that was my own stupidity
A
for
little
going.
hubris going on there.
I didn't realize it was as tough as it
Hard
was.
as it was, yeah.
Yeah. And everybody was like, yeah, it's great. You know, there was under no circumstances was anybody like, you shouldn't do that.
Really?
No, because it's not that bad. I was just very unlucky. Even the fall that I had was like a nothing fall. It's just, unfortunately, I just kept falling.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like I was going hard and then I
Yeah.
fell. It was a little right at the beginning. I just lost my balance. I didn't have any great speed.
Yeah.
I just lost my balance. I went down, but I just never stopped falling. I know, it's so annoying. I run through my head all the time. And just
I'm
like
sorry.
so many decisions that I could have made.
Differently.
Anyway, it's happened now. It's part of who I am. To be honest, it's my whole personality now. ACL recovery.
ACL does.
It's basically who I am now. And it's amazing how many people have had ACL tears, including your producer, Nicole Lyons, also an Irish name. Are you Irish? Because it's a great last name. I have cousins that are Lyons, and I recently found out there's a British comedian of last name of Lyons who turns out is a relation of mine. But anyway, that's
way.
Irish. But anyway, when you tell people, either they had an ACL reconstruction or they know somebody that's
who
just been
did.
through it. Or my least favorite people are the ones like, you know, you don't have to get surgery. You know, my friend didn't get surgery, and you know, like that.
It's like, shut up. I'm like, I had the surgery.
There's a lot of that. Yeah,
know.
especially when you've had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
But you know, it is what it is. Some people do fine. You know, they don't get it, but there's just certain sports that you'll never be able to do if you don't get it.
Really?
Yeah, you can't pivot. You know, like
You got to pivot.
you got to pivot.
I know.
They talk a lot about pivoting when you get into the ACL world.
You got to
Please
pivot.
God,
You got to pivot in more ways than one.
please God, you're never in the in the ACL world. But you can't. Pivot.
I worry about injury too. You know, I don't ride bikes. I guess I did a little bit in Key West, but I'm not a big. I'm afraid of like city bikes, scooters, that type of thing.
Yeah, Hannah's the same. She's afraid of city bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Because since I got into comedy in '97, but I moved up to Dublin in 1998, and fitness was always a big part of my life. It was like stand up, but then my extracurricular activity was very around fitness.
Yeah,
and I used to have what you had, which was that like, if I get injured, like, what do I have in my life?
right.
Kind of thing.
If without my body,
Yeah,
who am I?
But I unfortunately have had so many injuries the last 4 years. I've gotten out of that.
Okay.
But I used to have that fear. Like, what
I feel like I probably should develop some smarts or something.
no, I mean,
Maybe I should start reading.
We adapt. You should like learn about life.
Well, I feel like, do you feel like the medical, like the recommendation sometimes are like, take it easy, like don't do anything, don't stay active when you get an injury like that?
Well, I feel, oh God, this is getting so Dr. Andrew Huberman, but
I love it, Naughty. I love Naughty Hoob.
I feel
He's
like
so naughty.
the science has shifted actually to be as active as you possibly can be as quickly as possible.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe your experience. You went to Ireland.
No. When was that?
Not mine experience.
Well, you had this one finger
No
thing.
shit. And they told me to fucking rest. And I was like, for what? Well, why would I rest? Why would I not?
Oh, you physically? What about the rest of you?
That's what they said. They were like, just take it easy. Like, don't go to the gym. Like, pause your gym membership. Don't. And I was
Really?
just like, fuck you.
Well, I guess because you had a broken bone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that is that. I guess that's something to do with safety around. If you're just overly active, there's more of a chance that you might do something that causes you to re-injure.
The guy told me not to go to weddings. He's like, don't go to concerts. Don't be in groups of people because.
But you don't have an atrophy issue really with the hand thing.
No.
Whereas like with the ACL or a lot of like, even when I tore my calf last year.
Actually, at first it was stuck like this for a minute after the cast came off. Because I was in a cast for like 8 weeks like this.
Yeah.
It was tough to bend. But then I was like, give me a fucking dumbbell. Isn't that the best thing for it? And they were like, no, we have this little Asian woman who's going to push you for an hour a day.
Oh, yes. The occupational therapist.
Yeah, put your hand in hot wax. I'm like, all right, we're doing a manicure while we're here, right?
Oh, that's great. I mean, I would have definitely expected a hand job at the end of it.
You would have.
But I'm like, hey, listen, somebody's got to do it.
My insurance is covering it. Let's figure it out.
So, yeah,
I'm glad you had that experience. If they encouraged you to stay active.
Well, because atrophy is the enemy.
It is.
You know?
Wow, tattoo.
ACL world.
I'm gonna get that
Atrophy is the enemy.
on my lower back.
I stupidly closed my water, which was a mistake.
You got it. Look at you.
It's open now.
You got it.
So anyway,
Don't worry.
there's really not that much interesting stuff about ACLs. Like I was on the ACL Reddit, suddenly I'm like in this, like the funny thing is that the Reddits and all that shit are so funny because like the ACL Reddits are basically like, I felt this today. Have I retorn my ACL? And then there'll be like 3 people that are like, no, that's normal. And then 4th person will like, go to a fucking doctor. What are you doing on Reddit? It's like, don't be a dick. You know? Or then somebody be like, hey, I haven't, it's been 4 weeks and I'm thinking about starting to do physical therapy. And then somebody be like, you're only doing physical therapy now? You kill yourself. You're not going to make
Whoa.
it. Like people are so intense.
Reddit's a scary place.
But it's been helpful to me, I have to say. Because like even the other day I had, there was just something. Oh God, I can't even remember the stupid thing.
You are old.
I'm 48, man. I can't remember the stupid thing I thought of, just like, was it like numbness or just something that I was.
Pins and needles.
And I was like, looking it up and they were like, oh yeah, I had that for like a year,
Oh, wow.
whatever it was. I can't remember, but it just like, it eased my concerns.
My sister just had a C-section. She just had a baby. Congrats to my sister. I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this, but oh well, sorry, Colleen. Perfect angel baby, Grace Marie. How cute is that fucking
Beautiful.
name? But she told me that the way they do that, they like cut their like nerves basically. And she's like, I'm not gonna be able to like feel my stomach for like a year. I was like, holy fucking shit, dude.
Well, I had testicular cancer. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes. You
So-
still have one though, right?
Yeah, but still to this day, I have a touch of numbness near the
Really?
incision site. Yeah.
Whoa.
So the numbness from surgery is a real thing.
Yeah. It's like nerve endings and shit. I just can't even imagine not being able to fucking tighten my core.
Yeah.
That is a little exercise obsessed maybe,
Yeah.
but
Like, the wonder of having a child, but I can't plank.
Am I a bitch?
No, I mean, okay. So here's the question: if you had a kid,
Right.
would you go? I'm gonna go au natural because I want to be able to plank, or I like my tight pussy, so I'm gonna not plank and get a C-section. What?
Oh man, I'm so
By the
glad.
way,
I'm so glad I'm barren. I don't have to answer this question. No.
Well, also, I think that
A lot of times it's not a choice for the woman. First of all, it's like,
well, we were all C-section,
Yeah.
myself and my two brothers.
okay. So my niece and nephew were too. My brother's sister-in-law, or whatever. So yeah, it's not often there. I guess sometimes it's an elective C-section, but a lot of times it's because it has to go down that way. Otherwise, it'll be.
Yeah, like they're turned around.
They're
or
turned
whatever.
around. They're upside their breech. There's something called placenta
So sorry,
previa.
did you say your sister was elective or she had to?
She had to. She had
Okay.
placenta previa, so it was a pie
right.
instead of drop down low. And she was born a month early, but she's fucking perfect. Knock on wood. Grace Marie, a little fucking fighter. 5 pounds, 3 ounces. Whoop whoop. But
I
yeah.
was suffocating on the way out. My father had to sign a thing being like, "Save the mother," but I made it.
Really?
I did. I made it.
Holy shit. That's dramatic.
I know, but whatever. I wasn't aware of it.
I know, but like imagine like being put in that situation. Like your dad had to pick
I know he was.
a son he was going to lose
Yeah,
just to save his wife.
I know. It's funny. At that moment, it seems like a big deal. Whereas, like, crisis pregnancy 1 month, you're like, let's get rid of it. It's just funny how perception is so much about it.
Yeah.
So much of what it's about.
Right. Man, kids, huh?
Yeah, well, you brought it up.
I know. I am very excited to be an aunt again.
Oh, yeah, I'm an uncle. Whatever. Oh, here's something I found very interesting.
Okay.
Because Hannah's brother and his wife had a child.
Okay.
So I always say it's Hannah's niece. But I realized that,
It's your niece too.
yes.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, like my uncles through marriage, who I
Right.
never even thought of them through marriage.
No,
We're
just
just my
uncles.
uncles.
Totally.
But now I realize they didn't feel the same about me. Now I know that that's not how they were seeing it. And I love, I love my niece, but like,
And I think about
it doesn't feel the same.
It's not, but also me, like growing up, all my uncles were fun, but like my mom's brothers were like the really fun uncles.
Yes.
My aunt, like my mom's sister, her husband, especially this one guy, he stunk a little bit. He was like nerdy and didn't really fit in. Like he wasn't really fully part of the other uncles.
And he was from the other side?
Yeah, he was by marriage.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty lucky, I have to say, with the in-laws.
Yeah.
And I'm still, sorry, the in-laws, like my aunts and uncles from the other side,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually still to this day close with the ones that
Wow.
are still alive. Sadly, a lot of them are gone. But,
Yeah.
but so in our life growing up, I never saw,
Yeah.
I never felt the difference.
Yeah.
But then, like, I'll give you an example, right? So then I have 2 nephews.
Mhm.
And when I got married, they were like, I don't know, 9 and 11.
Right.
You know?
So they've been your nephews for a long time.
But Connor was like, "Oh, you're my aunt now." But in my mind, I'm like, it's not the same,
It's not
is
the
it?
same.
You know,
No,
hardly-
she
you know-
just got here. You don't know her that well.
Yeah. So, but don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know why people try to say like, "Oh no, come on, there you're." It's like it's not the same.
It's not.
It's not the same.
Because
and
it's
that's
not,
okay.
No, it's fun. It's lucky. Of course, it's the more the merrier, more children to love, etc. But like, no, it's not like your blood bearing new blood.
Yeah, that's fine. But I just it was my first. I've never been married, so it was my first
Right.
time experiencing
You're the uncle.
the other side.
Yeah, you have a niece.
Yeah.
Cool.
Although life has changed, right? A lot of people, my friends, tell their kids to call me Uncle Des.
Me too. Freaking,
And it's like,
it's a little.
I'm not taking uncle responsibility here.
It's a little presumptuous, right?
A lot of them call me Uncle Des.
Yeah, I get it too. Because I'm a gift giver. Gifts are my love language.
Right.
So I guess all it takes is one present, and I'm Auntie Kerryn. It's like, let's chill, let's pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Slutty Kerryn, and we're gonna keep it that way.
That has definitely been an evolution.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Yeah, yeah. Part of me is like, don't you have your own siblings? Maybe they don't. Maybe they're only children.
Yeah. I have 5 godchildren.
Whoa. I have one. I think my nephew is my godson. Bad
Yeah,
choice, but here we are.
Yeah, I have a god family.
Wow.
My oldest godchild is like 24, 25.
Wow. And how have you led him in his religious
I
studies?
mean, he's all right. He's done all right. He's from a very bad neighborhood and he never got arrested. So,
That's good.
so far, so good. But I wanted him to go to college and he didn't go. But anyway, what are you going to do?
Yeah, college, it's not for everyone.
Aiden.
Aiden.
Yeah.
I love that name.
Fine kid. That's my brother's name too.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Wait, does that brother have kids? Aiden?
No, Aiden is my youngest brother.
Oh, he's younger than
he's
you.
44, but
Right.
he doesn't have kids. Aiden and I both don't have kids. Only my middle brother Mike has 2 kids.
My older brother Mike has 2 kids.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Very
Let's go,
Irish
Mikes.
family.
Let's go, Mikes.
Irish family.
His kids play on the same football team right now, boy and a girl, and it's fucking adorable.
Oh, that's cute.
The videos I get are so fucking cute. She snaps the ball to him, and then he'll throw it because she gets wide open. She's a tiny little thing. Fucking run it, gets wide open, scores a touchdown. She's the only girl who plays.
Oh, that's cute.
It's really fucking cute.
That's the exercise obsession in the family.
Gotta stay active.
Another
Gotta stay
generation of Feehans hiding their emotions through exercise.
active. Our emotions come out just when we are stretching our hips. I cry in yoga all the time.
Yeah. Well, if I ever if young people say to me, "Well, any advice for life?" I say, "Hey, get into hip mobility early."
For real.
That's my advice for life.
It is true. It's where you hold a lot of your shit because it'll just pop up and like out of me when we're doing these when I'll take maybe like a hot yoga class every couple weeks just because I think it helps me squat deeper and whatever, lunge deeper.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're doing those long poses, whatever, and some people are just so much more flexible than me.
I'm not flexible. I've never been a yoga guy.
I cry.
I've done it, but you cry?
Yeah. But it's not like a pain cry. It's like it just surprises me. I won't even know what it's about sometimes.
Well, I cry in Soul Cycle. And I wrote a show about my mom dying. I actually did a stand-up show, but there's a big Soul Cycle section in the show.
Really?
And it's about I simulate like these breakdowns that I would have in Soul Cycle, but they were real, man.
Yeah.
And so apparently it's a thing. A lot of people in Peloton bikes and in Soul Cycles, it's just the emotions, the endorphins, the music, the darkness.
Yes.
You
It's a release.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking loved it.
It feels great.
I had a lot of cries in Soul Cycle.
Yeah, it's like coming out of
And
your
people
face.
can't tell.
Yeah.
The instructor just thinks you're like giving it loads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had shingles right after like the pandemic or like after my vaccine. Like not that it had anything to do with anything, but I'm just saying I got shingles and it was like one of the most painful things I've ever been through. It felt like, have you ever had shingles?
No, but Hannah's brother coincidentally enough had it.
It felt like I was wearing a corset made of nails. So every time I would inhale, it just felt like I was being stabbed. It was just and it wouldn't stop. And I was taking like naproxen, like nerve blockers.
Oh, right.
And it was like barely even touching it. It was just brutal. I think the worst was like 2 weeks and then it just slowly kind of got better.
I have heard it's awful.
And I had to totally stop working out. Couldn't do anything. So that like really was like, we were as close to depression as we've ever been. And I remember my first yoga class back. It was just, I was crying for so many fucking reasons for like an hour, just bawling my eyes out. Yeah. But,
Do you think it was the vaccine?
Yeah.
Depends what podcast you're on. Go on Rogan's podcast. You definitely say it was the vaccine.
No, I like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., so sue me.
I think he's great.
Listen, just because he sounds like a fucking pit of gravel. Who does he sound like? Who's that character? I forget who I likened him to. He does. He sounds awful. He should have somebody else just...
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him, but it's
Yeah.
a condition.
It is. He got it because of what, polio vaccine or something? What did he
He
get?
didn't get it from a vaccine.
Not the vaccine.
This guy
vaccine.
thinks everybody...
No, like polio vaccine or something as a child or something. Didn't he? No? I made that
I
up.
actually don't know.
I have had dreams now since I quit smoking marijuana. I'm starting...
Oh, you quit? You finally quit? You
I
got
know,
off the
it took me
marijuana maintenance
forever.
program?
It took me forever. But yeah, I'm off. It's been over a month.
What was the cause?
Sorry, I'm blind.
Spasmodic dysphoria?
What's that?
What is it? Can you...
I
Go
can't
wait.
read. I don't have my glasses. Can you read those words?
Spasmodic dysphoria, I can read, is a voice disorder. He does spasms, but we don't know how it happened, or is it just like genetic? Like, as in, like he just developed it. Oh, it's a problem in your brain.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know. I think his brain's good.
Yeah, I mean,
I listened to his book, The Real Dr. Fauci.
oh yeah, he has an info Fauci.
But I like the fact that he can bench press. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's very into the physical fitness.
He's really into fitness. What's so bad about that?
There's nothing bad about that. If I was going to critique Robert F. Kennedy, I wouldn't start at the fitness.
That's what I like about him. He's a former addict, and now he's really into fitness.
Yeah, he's a zaddy.
He works out in jeans. I have no qualms with this. That guy, I follow him on Instagram too. His name's Mark something on the left. He's really good. He's got a lot of good things to say.
What do we think about? Do you have any thoughts on
the cadaver versus the orange?
Russell Brand's conversion to Christianity?
Oh, is that recent? I didn't hear.
He was baptized the other day.
Oh, grow up.
I know.
What a dork.
We don't have to talk about it if
we
you don't know.
Well, tell me. I'll be educated.
No, just you know what made me think of it is you said a former addict, and
yeah,
and but he is really obviously he's basically I think it would be safe to say he is a right-wing content creator these days.
Yeah.
After being the antithesis of that.
Right.
But now he is 100% baptized Christian talking about like the grace of Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
That's
these are new developments.
He's announced he's getting, but he is now baptized.
Wow.
And like made a video saying like, if you just understand what they feel, the grace of Jesus Christ.
I was baptized.
Yeah.
I went to Catholic school.
Yeah, but I didn't try to monetize it for clicks. My mother wasn't like, this is my son getting baptized. And, we went for New York holy water. Some people prefer, whatever.
It's sparkling.
Yeah. We did a background check on the priest to make sure everything was safe.
Yeah,
So,
I get
anyway.
those. I also get served videos about Christianity fitness influencers.
Oh, no, really?
And they're like, I'm working out for Jesus. These are 5 fitness outfits that I wear so I can respect the Lord.
Right, yeah. Well, what's his name? What's the Houston pastor guy? Joel Osteen popped up on my TV yesterday morning because I was up early. I turned the TV and he was just on. He's on Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, he dyes his hair. He's like, does Botox.
He's got veneers.
How much? I thought you was like the way the Lord made you.
I know,
but
Jesus
he's really bending. He's really bending the Lord's will with his face. I can tell.
I know. That's so like, aren't we supposed to just come as we are? Tell that to your plastic surgeon.
Shocks me how. But anyway, I tried to do a few jokes about him once on stage, and like a lot of people like him. That's what I noticed.
Well, my aunt, who's no longer with us, she was into like the mega church scene. She made us go to a couple, and they hand out the Bibles, and it does feel kind of like concert-esque.
Yeah, it's a vibe. The thing is that what they do is like the vibe is awesome because I've been to a couple like born again masses, and like they start dancing and you start like jumping around, and like the endorphins get up, and then they tell you like you feel the Holy Spirit, and it's not the Holy Spirit; it's like literally being at a rave,
right?
But if you want to associate that with our Lord Jesus Christ, then fine. I mean,
then they pass around the bucket and they're like, "Give us 10% of your income," and it's
tithe.
like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, exactly. I used to just have to pay for an ecstasy.
Wait a minute.
But in fairness, ecstasy and the church are very similar. They want you to keep coming, and it's very hard to let it go.
They get you in. Yeah, I do think they find the disenfranchised, lonely people too. They seem to like grasp on and find this community. And
it shocks me how packed
how
that
many
place
people
gets.
I know.
Yep. Of course, bitter comedians would be like, "Yeah, but it's papered. It's papered, man.
They didn't pay.
They're not all tithing.
Those aren't all real fans.
They're not all tithing.
Papered the room. We can tell.
And like other pastors are like, "Are you past at Lakewood?"
I worked at biggest clubs in California.
Do you think your podcast is like a lot of comedy fans, or? Because I don't want to get too inside baseball.
Yeah, I think.
But I think Russell Brand's
going
to become like a preacher, and
didn't he get accused of like?
Yeah, he had a big accusation. Yeah, well, he had a whole documentary on Channel 4.
Right.
Dispatches documentary.
Yeah, and he got kicked out of Hollywood a while ago. I feel like.
Well, he drifted from Hollywood, but then anyway, whatever, man. He's been slowly leaning, and a lot of people like him. My friend who's not particularly like into a lot of like the right wing agitators was a big fan. He still is a big fan of Russell Brand, and actually believes that part of why they came for him about the sexual assault stuff or whatever harassment allegations
is because he's a whistleblower.
Because he's being too honest. And I don't think that, but like it's a rational thought. Like I'm not gonna like I don't say to my buddy you're a fucking idiot. I go okay, you want to believe that that's fine.
I hear what you're saying.
But he has my personal opinion is that
He's gone a little far.
No, I think that he's just opportunistically going that way because he sees that there's a lot of money in that side of the internet.
Just like Chrissy Mayer.
Yeah, I actually don't. Who's that?
Well, she kind of fell out. I don't know. Maybe she's still with us. She was a comedian, but she just got really into like the Kumia vibe of it all.
Yeah.
And she wasn't like that for a while, but then I think hers,
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
Once you get the fan base, it's probably addictive. Like you're like, well, this is where the money's coming. I might as well go where the money is.
Yes, and the very unfortunate thing is that once you go either side,
you can't go back.
Or you can't have dual opinions.
No.
You can't have like a broad.
That's true.
You can't be like, there's some stuff of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. that I like, some stuff I don't like, but I also will probably vote for Biden. Like people will go, you can't be both of those things. So it's unfortunate that you really have to pick a side when it comes to, if you're going to flirt with that.
Right.
If you're always in the middle, that's fine.
You're fine.
But if you're going to flirt with that side and get them on your side,
they will abandon you very quickly.
Oh, and they'll make your life difficult.
Yep.
So anyway, Russell Brand's on the other side now.
Russell.
I hope that wasn't too controversial, was it?
Not for this podcast. We had Mike Racine on.
All right. What was he saying?
We got an angry email. He's, he's just, how can I phrase it? He's very, anti IDF, I would say, kind of a little
anti-IVF?
IDF.
Oh, anti-IDF.
Yeah, he's, which may read as anti-Israel.
Anti-Semitic.
May read as such.
Tell him to go to Ireland. He'll get a wide ear over there.
Oh, right. They're very pro-Palestine.
The Irish have they're famously pro-Palestine. There's an article in the New York Times about it and everything. But we're not getting into that.
No, I can't. I'm not smart enough.
We're not getting into that.
I'm not smart enough. I never claimed to be.
Get Kerryn Margolis in.
Yeah, she's actually very...
Get Kerryn and Mike Racine in together.
Please. I'll take a week off. Kerryn Margolis sounds very educated when she speaks about it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's clearly an issue that she cares about. She's passionate about.
Yeah. I just spoke into the Perrier. Still doing
I've done that many times. Sorry. Anyway. What else did you want to talk? You're the fucking host.
I know. You're right. Throw it back to me.
Throw it back to Kerryn. Right as she's taking a sip of all the times.
This is relaxed, man. We take the topics as they come, as they go. You're healing.
So what made you give up the weed?
A lot of things. It wasn't bringing me the joy that it once was. It used to be like a mood elevator for me. Like I would wake up in the morning and I'd be like, oh, let me smoke a little bit. And then I'd go do my activities. It was like a precursor to my activities, almost like a coffee before whatever. And then, that becomes like you do it before everything. Like I'm doing laundry. I might as well get rip roaring stoned.
Right.
Excuse me.
Wow.
That burp?
I mean,
apologize.
I wasn't expecting it. Nothing wrong with it. Not sexist.
That wasn't even my best work. But then I'm an asthmatic, right?
Right.
So I started taking these treadmill classes at my gym. Shout out to GTX. And I was never a runner. I hate running. But I found that, my breathing was kind of improving. It's like, I don't know if I'm right or wrong about this, but in my opinion, cardio is God's inhaler. It really helps. If you have asthma, I am the guinea pig. So I quit smoking pot maybe like a month ago. And ever since I quit, I have not used my inhaler once.
Interesting.
I was on a daily maintenance inhaler.
Oh, like a steroid?
Yes. It was like, it's like off-brand Advair. They discontinued Advair because I think the studies found it was giving women osteoporosis. But I was on something called Wixella every day, morning and night. And I quit smoking pot. And ever since, I haven't needed it. And my running is easier. I'm going faster. I'm running more. It's more enjoyable. I started running with Mabel. And there are times where like I do like come back. I'm like, well, this is when I would normally smoke. So it's like, It's crazy how you quit stuff and like time frees up. And you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with the time now?
Yeah, I was never, I haven't drank since 1995.
Right.
Or taken any drugs, but I was like, a lot of people do like lean on the weed, but weed was never really my thing.
Right.
But anybody I know who leans heavy on the weed, like it does take over like a lot of their life. And I always ask them like, why does this have to be such a big part of your life?
Yeah.
And a lot of times, and I don't judge them. It's fine. I have so many friends that do.
Mm-hmm.
but anyone that stops is quite surprised how much more time and energy they have.
For sure. Way more energy. I mean, I still love a nap. But I'm
a big napper.
I'm a big napper.
I don't need weed to nap.
No.
I had a nap today.
Nice. What time? How long do you nap for?
I'm quick. I'm unfortunate. I would love to nap deeper, but I'm like a 15, 20 minute max.
But that's what they recommend, actually.
Yeah.
What time do you wake up in the morning, typically?
Early.
Me too. What's early? I'm 5'6".
Well, I mean, if I go to bed, like
depends if you have spots. All right, let's say you didn't have spots. What time are you waking up?
6:30.
Yeah.
Even 5:30 sometimes.
Sometimes, right? And you naturally or with an alarm clock?
No, I hardly
Naturally.
set an alarm.
I never use
If
an
I
alarm.
have something at 9 o'clock, I'm not setting an alarm.
No, I never
I'm
set
only
an alarm.
setting an alarm if like my
I have a
flight's at
flight.
6:30. You know?
Yeah, because then I'm waking up at 3 at the witching hour because I got to run Mabel for an hour so that her dog care person gets a nice chill dog and doesn't start with like a fucking.
As I say, I have the body clock of a farmer and the working hours of a stripper. So it's a bit of a bad clash.
I talk about that all the time, how we are kind of set up to have a fucked up circadian rhythm with this career we've
Yeah,
chosen.
especially in New York. You know, in Ireland, there's less of the late shows and I do my own tours. So like I always like very rarely went to bed after like 1 o'clock. But like,
Right.
in New York, like I could be getting on stage at 2.
Right.
And then I'm max. Like the latest I'm sleeping is like 8.
Same. Yeah.
8:30 maybe. I'll get an
Your body
8:30.
won't let you.
It just doesn't happen.
No.
So then I have to try to get that nap.
No, you need
or
the nap.
if I get really late spots at the cellar and I've no spots before,
Do you
I'll sleep.
nap
I sleep
before?
for 3 hours. I don't even consider that a nap. I
No.
consider it the first
Part
part
of the sleep.
my night's sleep.
Absolutely. If I have like a 1 a.m. at the stand, like that's my first spot, like a 1 a.m.
No, I get a few hours in beforehand.
Sure, why not?
Because I can actually fall asleep at 6:30, 7 p.m. then
Wow.
and sleep till like 12.
Yeah.
And then if I get home and I have a shitty sleep, it doesn't matter because I already had tons of sleep.
You already banked those hours.
That's what I'm talking about. It's a
Sleep is
it's a
important.
sleep deposit.
Yes. So you and Hannah, how does like sleep like?
So she's the opposite.
Okay.
She has like I can sleep super late.
Okay.
You know, she stays up late.
Yeah.
Struggles to go to bed early.
Okay.
So we have opposite body clocks, but that's fine because I love my morning on my own.
Me too. Mornings are so fucking great. I don't even want to tell people that I wake up because I don't want them to start waking up and coming up and ruining my mornings.
Yeah, I have a morning routine.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
so-
I'm out there. Now, Mabel is a slightly reactive dog. I want to talk to you about how you foster dogs. Don't let me forget. But Mabel's a slightly reactive dog. She's a big girl. You met her. She's certainly not dog aggressive. She has many dog friends she plays with, big, small, little chihuahuas. There are certain breeds of dog that she does take issue with. They are French bulldogs and doodles. And
I'm with her. So
No,
basically,
oh, yeah.
she doesn't like dogs that have notions about themselves.
thank you. Thank you.
You know?
That are also like man-made, like
She doesn't like
crafted-
doodles that don't want to admit that they're mutts. Because you're a fucking mutt
You're
like
fucking
me.
mutt like the rest of us. Stop charging
Yeah.
$8,000 to these fucking nerds.
Yeah, you're a
and
mutt, bro.
All they're Googling is easy dog. How do I buy easy dog? And I'm like, go to Build-A-Bear because that's
Yeah.
what you really fucking want. Go to
Yeah.
Build-A-Bear.
You're literally buying a fucking doodle off an Amish puppy farm.
Yes.
And the Amish don't get enough heat for how much fucking dog abuse is going
No
on.
shit.
Nobody comes for the Amish. But it's fucking time.
Yeah,
you know?
because they're not regulated. They're like their own body. They're
Yeah,
doing
they
their
got
own
their
fucking
own
thing.
fucking thing out
their
there.
own bowl cuts.
Fucking
whatever the fuck
Jebediah
they want.
fucking 20 fucking doodles to a pen.
It's sick. And then people, the money that they pay, and they don't, Andrew Schultz, and
Oh,
the money
'cause he
that
got a doodle?
he's got a doodle named Wasabi, you fucking
and
loser.
they came for Pete Davidson too.
Good.
About his doodle purchase.
Good, because it's lame. I'm sorry, it's the most.
I'm anti-doodle, man.
I've always been
People
anti-doodle.
love their doodles, and I like people's doodles.
I'm not
but
saying
I don't like the
like
idea of doodles.
Right, the concept, conceptually, when they're gassing perfectly good dogs in the South by the tens.
Yes.
And because we've got all these fucking douchebags with their fucking $8,000 doodles, and I will see these dogs sometimes that look incredible. Some of them are like marbled, colored, like they're like
Yes.
sculpted, you know? And I'm like, I get it, but like you putting so much importance on the aesthetic of your dog, I cannot relate to that. Dogs
Well,
are
I'm with
fucking
you.
dogs.
But also, they're not hypoallergenic. You know, there's just loads
There's
of shit
no
about
such
them.
thing.
Plus, here's the problem. Originally, so the guy that created the
Regrets making
Labradoodle
them.
regrets it. You know, and the thing is that they're just breeding doodles with doodles now.
I know.
So it's not like you're getting like this genetically mixed breed. No. You're getting inbred fucking
a
doodles.
Yes, yeah.
You're getting inbred doodles.
They're all fucking, a lot of them are mental.
Yeah,
so,
and they have just as many behavioral issues as other dogs. Like every dog can be a shit dog.
Sure. And I ask people in the audience all the time because there's at least statistically a doodle owner. Every fucking crowd I work, whatever I'm saying, perform in front of. And I'll be like, and then I ask them, I'm like, does your dog get jumped at the dog park? And they're like, yeah, all the time. And I'm like, yes, it's because doodles aren't real dogs and they don't know how to behave. They don't know how to scent greet. Most dogs come from the side and you sniff the butt. Doodles, they'll come straight on, wagging their tail, da-da-da-da. So real dogs, like my dog, takes that as a middle finger and is like, oh, you want to fucking play? I'll fuck you up. So she gets gotten into a couple fucking...
Well, we all know what type of mother you're going to be. You're certainly not going to... Your child's not going to have to take any responsibility for any altercations.
If they didn't start it, ain't no shit, won't be no shit. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
What's the human equivalent of a doodle? I guess you could get in trouble there, but anyway.
I just think that...
Like a Kardashian is a doodle.
Yeah, they're artificial. They're made in fucking... They're artificial.
Yeah.
Like the purchase of them, to me, they're almost always first-time dog owners. And I really feel like you just go to Build-A-Bear because that's what you want. You want a teddy bear. You don't want to do any work. You don't want any problem. You don't want any struggle. You want them to just sit, stay, and be cuddly. And then it's also like, well, don't bring them to the dog park because it's... Luckily in New York, if your dog gets in a fight and kills the other dog, it's not state law that dog has to be put down, which was always my biggest fear. But I also still don't want to pay the fucking vet bills. So whatever. My point is the mornings. In the mornings, nobody's out. 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., this is our backyard. She's off leash with her Frisbee, and it's just us, like fucking it up, crushing it. The Starbucks in Brookfield Place opens at 5:30. So the mornings are the best, and I just love how nobody's out. I love the morning sun.
Especially around here.
Around here,
I don't know how much of your address you give away.
No, they know.
This is morning time here. It must be idyllic.
It's amazing, and it's like, and we run into nobody practically, and I cherish my mornings. And people think I'm crazy all the time, and I'll post in my story
morning guy. My day is like done by 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, you've already got it in.
I really do feel that way. Yeah. I get my writing done. I get, I'm not huge into going to the gym in the morning only because the gym is fucking packed with people with jobs.
That have to be there at 9. I know. That's 7 to 8, like so 8:30. I still
save my gym time for like the time where I know it's super off peak.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you were saying about fostering dogs, but I'm very involved with Southampton Animal Shelter, but
we'll link them.
They're largely anti-dog park only because it's just like, you really have no idea who's going to get on with who. And it really is it's a breeding ground for dysfunction.
For sure. It's
dogs
a risk.
get heavily worked up. People don't know how to control their dogs. And it can be confusing for dogs, So,
right.
But dogs that love dog parks, I think it's great. But the shelter are very worried about dog parks.
I don't blame them. And Mabel has a core group. We're the D-MILFs of Battery Park.
The D-MILFs.
There's 5 of us, and they're all our dogs are friends.
And they know each other, and that's great.
Yes. If a dog that Mabel doesn't know comes in the dog park, we leave. It's that simple.
That's okay.
That's fine. I don't risk it. It's not personal. Sometimes it was even today this happened. This dog that I think Mabel maybe played with a few years ago, but she had her Frisbee. And sometimes when she has her Frisbee, she's a little possessive of her Frisbee.
Yes.
I'm not risking it. It's not worth it to me. So the guy's coming in. He's like, oh, no, they're good together. And I go, oh, is this your dog? Shut the fuck up.
But the thing is that it's really all about responsible owners, you know? Because we're fostering Pitbulls, and I've had some tough ones.
Yeah.
And almost everyone, except for one of them, has not been good with other dogs.
Okay.
And it's amazing how often I have to tell people, like, listen, not good with other dogs. They really think that it's going to be okay.
I know.
And it's like, yo, this dog. So recently,
this dog will kill your fucking dog.
My brother is looking after him, but this has ended up being a long-term foster, this little 35-pound pocket pit.
Oh, I love.
She's the cutest little thing.
Love her.
Abby. But she is an absolute terror with other dogs. She couldn't be better with humans.
Right.
But she's a nightmare with other dogs. But apparently she's good with like large males, right? But I don't even test it. But anyway, recently, maybe 6 months ago, I'm walking the dog, and our neighbor has this little fucking terrier.
Shit dog.
But
Yorkie.
The owner of the terrier goes, oh no, they've actually met
friendly.
before.
They're fine.
She said they've met before and they're okay. I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. So I let do a snip. Well, this dog was in Abby's mouth in like 2 seconds. Now, at the time, I thought the neck was in Abby's mouth. I literally thought that Abby was going to kill this dog.
Right.
And it took me a sec, but I had to get her, like I had to physically, first I pull the legs back, as they say.
Yeah, I've had to put my finger in Mabel's butt.
No, I had to choke her out.
Yeah.
Because I have the choke collar for that reason.
Okay, you have the prong.
Not the prong, no.
No.
But just the collar that tightens.
Oh, the martingale.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah, not the martingale. You know the one that you can't go any, it doesn't go any further
That's
than a small.
martingale.
Is that still a martingale?
Yeah.
The one, but it can't fully go. It has like a block.
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
Like that? Mabel has
no,
one of them.
no. Yeah, so not, yeah, the pink one in the middle there. Those,
okay.
Yeah, it has like a limit.
Okay.
Anyway, but I had to choke.
You gotta do. You gotta do.
I
to
literally
save
was
the Yorkie.
hanging her until she let go.
Right.
And I mean, of course, Abby couldn't have been happier afterwards. She was just like, this
Oh
is
my God,
literally-
wagging her
She's
tail.
like, literally, this is like, this is what I've been waiting to do the whole time. Like, the whole time, this is what I wanted to do, right? I would, but the dog's hair was like out of Abby's mouth. But luckily, what had happened was she had latched onto her hair.
Okay.
So there was absolutely no damage, whatsoever.
Knock on wood.
I
One
know,
for the
but
good guys.
I was
It
freaking
makes your
out.
fucking heart beat so fast. So this is what happened. Mabel's last incident. Labradoodle named Dax, who I don't mind, revealing his identity because I now have his father's phone number because of this incident. So Mabel's off leash. Mabel only cares about her frisbee. She's not interested in playing with other dogs. She's working. She'll do it 10 times. Bring it back. Boom. Bring it back. Bring it back. Catch it in the air. Bring it back. Bring it back. This dog runs at her and growls. Arr! And I go, Mabel, you're okay. You're okay. Leave it. She's got the frisbee in her mouth. Her haunches are up. She gives the dog a growl. Frisbee's in her mouth. Gives the dog a growl. And I'm like, all right. He's going to pick up the signs. She doesn't want to play. It's fine. The owner is picking up trash in the perimeter, not even watching his dog. Dog does it again, runs right at her and growls. Mabel's haunches go up, growls again. I go, dude, just so you know, she's not going to tolerate that again. I was like, if he comes near her frisbee, she's going to go for him. Okay. So call him, get him over there. Third time, he's on the ground. Mabel's got him by the neck.
Right.
By the neck, dude. Like right here, again, no damage, no blood, no holes. And like Mabel, I see her intention is not to kill. It's to scare the fuck out of them and to really alpha. This was a male Labradoodle. Also, she only had 10 pounds on this dog. It was a good sized dog, but she had him fucking down. And her haunches are, Mabel looks like a wolf when she's mad. She's like, "Argh!" And I'm scared, but I've been here before. And so I grab her tail and shove my finger up her ass and she's done.
That's what you did?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that you gave a prostate massage.
Yeah, I shove a finger at shit. They're like, whoa. They're like, hey. And then this guy, he was level-headed and did take responsibility. He was like, I'm sorry. I should have called him. I should tell him like when she's like playing with her frisbee. And I'm like, yeah, it takes two to tango.
Like if nothing happens, it's no big deal.
That's how I feel.
But anyway, my thing with like pit bulls is like people look. I can get into pit bull debates. It's so complicated.
Yeah.
But like my thing is always like, listen, it's all the owners, people who have pit bulls have to be super responsible.
Always.
I don't care what anybody says.
Of course.
Like, all dogs can bite, but pit bulls are very strong.
Their
and I
jaws
love
are
pits.
stronger and they latch on. My mom has a pit. My 70-year-old mother has a 4-year-old
pits,
pit.
But I actually, honestly, my personal opinion is I feel like you should have to have like a pit ownership license.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like animal control should be able to check, like, can I see your pit license?
Yeah.
Because like I love pits. They're my favorite dog. I don't think I could have any other dog than a pit now.
Yeah.
Like they're just so amazing.
I love them.
But like the
damage they
anxiety
can
levels
do.
that I have.
Right.
Except I had one pit that was the scariest looking one, but actually that dog was amazing with other dogs.
Interesting.
But honestly, I will never let them. But at the shelter, they test them, and there are certain dogs they're good with, and then it's great. They play great.
Right.
But like I'm never.
I'm not risking stuff.
I'm not testing that out.
No. Mabel, again, like she's got this like core group of dogs of all different sizes, big dogs, small dogs. They come in here. She's got this best friend, Sonic. He probably weighs 20 pounds. And she plays like so rough, gentle with him, like barely even bites down. He's on his back. It's like, it's absolutely adorable. So you can't tell me she's dog aggressive. She's reactive though.
No, and the shelter always makes that clear. Like,
yeah,
it's not this. Some dogs are obviously. My brother has a huge pit mix, but almost doesn't look like a pit, but it's a pit mix. A humongous dog, almost looks like a Great Dane. Dog is great with every dog. Like, just lucky him.
Right.
But then some dogs are selective. Some dogs actually aren't great, but they get used to a dog. But
right.
Like,
Mabel's best friend Louise. Because when I first brought got Mabel, I would bring her on well, first I brought her right to the dog park, which was a mistake because she immediately got in a fight with Louise. And Amy is my friend too, and Louise can be a little reactive too. So she was super understanding. And I was like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah. We broke them up, no problem. Then I started taking her on much longer walks and runs. And then I would just go to the dog park for like a quick social. That's how I still feel about the dog park. I won't go in there unless I know every single dog who's in there. And I'm not there for a long time. That's not the exercise protocol. The exercise is the Frisbee and the long walks. So I remember Amy was like, yeah, when you came back, I was like, oh, this girl's serious. She's gonna like, fucking try her best to socialize the dog as best as I can, but I'm not gonna.
Well, especially with rescues, man, you just don't know what they've been through, man.
No. She was 8 months when I got her. I remember, and I had sight unseen too. I just saw a picture of her. I was like, I'll take her. I lasted 8 days without a dog. I'd been crying day in and day out.
Yeah, that's the best. The best. I say to people all the time, they're like, "Oh, I just lost my dog." I'm like, "Listen, man,
you had another one right away."
And the healing is it's
course.
immediate.
It's right away.
It's immediate.
You fall in love right away.
You're not cheating on your dead dog.
He's happy. Whenever I take videos, there's a little orb right next to us, and I swear it's Ernest out there playing.
That's
with
a new
us.
joke I'm working on because years ago I had a riot date, and it was soon after my mother died. And
so you just replaced your mother with a woman?
The riot date goes, yeah, I know what you're feeling because I just lost my dog.
No, she didn't.
No, she actually said it, and I was like, no, like I said I've lost pets. It is helps you to understand grief, but like it's not comparable to losing your mother. And she was like, no, because like I was going through a lot, and this dog really
she doubled down.
Yeah. So I've been trying to work on this bit. I was like, it's not the same. You can't go to the shelter and get another mom. Right? So, but I need more. I was trying to think like, you can't go to shelter, you get another mom. Right. And if you could, I would have brought my original mother to the shelter a long time ago and been like, this one is not good with kids.
That's great.
I need another one.
That's great.
But I need more.
You'll get there. It's great.
And then my other dog material that I never do because it's never worked. I tried to give it to Hannah and it didn't work for Hannah either. This is a fact, okay? Because when I started fostering Pitbulls, I got obsessed with like Pitbull debates, and it's very hot online. But anyway, I discovered that 80%, this is a fact, 80% of dog bites, nothing to do with pits, 80% of dog bites are unneutered males.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So like if you have an unneutered male dog, you have a much higher chance that dog may bite somebody.
Yeah.
So I then was thinking, this is not that different to humanity.
Okay.
Because
go on.
Most violence is male.
Men.
But men aren't neutered.
Ever.
Yeah.
Mostly.
And I feel like there has to be some comedy there, except I'm not calling for the castration of men. But what I am saying is that we need to become more aware of the danger of
the male,
the unneutered
the gender.
male.
The unneutered.
But I can't figure out where to go with it.
I get it. It's funny.
Because I don't want men to be castrated.
No, unless they're pedophiles.
Okay.
What? I'm so controversial now. Oh man, I love all dogs except for Doodles and Frenchies. Frenchies are the other one. Well,
Frenchie's just trendy,
That's I don't get that personality. It's
I
like
know they're all like Hannibal Lecter, like they can't fucking. They can't breathe.
Yeah, but the people who buy them too. Like I don't get like Lady Gaga and her fucking like weird little Frenchies, and I don't know. I'm just like those dogs.
They're very, and it's just like you can bring them anywhere. Like they're very like nobody's gonna be upset with
my
your
dog
Frenchie.
hates them. Mabel absolutely hates them.
They're like ugly cute, That's their whole jam. Is it's like they're so ugly they're cute. I mean, I honestly don't really have a problem with Frenchies.
I just think,
look,
but they're
pits. The thing that's hilarious about French bulldogs is that they're bully breeds.
Yeah.
But they don't have any of the stigma of the bully breed.
Even though they get in a lot of fights.
That bottom, the bottom half,
it's
like
head,
a pocket
pit.
That's a pit. That's literally Abby's body.
Right.
But she just has like a little mini pit head.
Yeah.
With like a Joker.
But they
don't have
more
the Joker
breathing
smile.
problems. And
because they got the smushed face.
No life expectancy. And I always see them in rescues like, oh, this is another baby Frenchie with like a hair lip or whatever because they get bred.
Yeah, and they weren't perfect for these, the people that buy them.
I don't understand. people who place importance on the aesthetic.
Yeah, although I have become obsessed with Pitbulls.
Well,
now.
you're a breed loyalist. I'll probably be obsessed
But the
with
one thing I
lab
have
mixes.
the one thing I have to say to anybody out there, because we've talked a lot about dogs,
I
maybe
love
too
dogs.
much.
Nope,
But
no such thing.
if there's people, because I always wanted to have a dog, but I travel too much.
Yeah.
And the fostering has been the best thing for that.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody out there that's listening to this and they would like to have a dog, but they can't because of their lifestyle, you should really register with a shelter to foster. Because even if you keep a dog for a week, like it gives a dog
A break from the shelter,
and it gives
a
an
higher
extra bed.
chance of an extra bed for another dog.
And you can tell the shelter, oh, she was good with this, she was bad with that.
Right.
They learn things because they can't recreate a home environment in the shelter.
Right. And then somebody like you and Hannah that are like posting them in their stories are getting exposure.
Yeah, although we can't get rid of Abby. And Abby is the of all the dogs, I felt Abby was the most adoptable.
Really?
She gets no interest.
No
It's
interest.
so weird.
Maybe this will get her some. Send us a picture. I'll tag or something. We'll put up Southampton Animal
Put up
Shelter. We'll get her.
Abby, Southampton
Yeah.
Animal Shelter.
Might
You
work.
can look her up right now. You can go on the
That might work.
Southampton Animal Shelter dogs. And,
Might work.
we had her on stage. We even brought her on stage at Hannah's show in West Hampton.
Really?
And, at the end of the show, Hannah was like, and this is Abby. And I walked out, and she's the first one, actually. She's there on the left. I did the walkout like as if we were in the dog show. I mean, come on.
Look at her.
But you know what
You
it
wait
is?
till you see Nicole's dog. Nicole, this whole time we're talking about pits, I forgot to
Look at
bring up
that.
Raspberry.
But the thing is that she present in
I
pictures.
love her.
She's tiny. Like you can't tell.
Right.
How
she's
tiny
probably
she is.
she's probably like a
Look
big
at that.
Frenchie.
She's like the Joker.
Look at her.
A little happy head, and she's
she-
such a happy dog.
She hates dogs. The other dog,
She's
doesn't get
not
along
good with
great.
other dogs,
Not
and
good
there's
with
no way
other-
around that. I
Right.
can't.
Stress that enough.
We've actually had her over a year now, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I mean, she's essentially.
She's yours.
I'm trying to get my brother to just commit to keeping her.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on, Aiden.
Like they say, medium. Like I would. It's
Small.
like she's small. But you know what? Her weight is medium.
Can
but
you
her-
show Des Raspberry? Wait till you see Nicole's.
Is this riveting? Listeners listening for your.
My people love dogs. This is their thing.
Are we
Look,
doing-
that's Nicole's dog.
Oh, so you have a pity?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Isn't
Hannah would
she
like.
so
Hannah loves
cute?
that color of a pit.
That's
I love
Raspberry.
pits, man. That's a perfect pit.
She's adorable.
We
Love a
foster
brown
failed
pit.
her.
Oh, you foster failed?
Yeah, we tried fostering her in October, but we had her for like 24 hours and we're like, we can't.
Oh yeah.
She's
I-
perfect.
I don't fail because I can't keep the dog.
Look at
the
her with her
only
little
time-
baguette.
But pits are perfect. Like, come on.
I know.
How's she with other dogs?
We're working on it.
Yeah,
But, we
bad news. It's never gonna get any better.
I know. But we have like, it seems that a lot of it is because she's like met dogs and she has lived with dogs. But I think the biggest problem is it's the people in the situation. Like she resource guards people and is very protective of me, especially. So
you gotta be careful with that.
yeah, so that's mostly what we're working on, and we're hoping some of the other stuff, as long as she tolerates them and is not like, she has like, she's not aggressive, she's definitely curious about them, but she makes like crazy walrus seal noises if someone comes too close. So we're working on it. I don't know if it'll ever be, if she'll ever have dog friends, but if she can tolerate it and be comfortable and confident, then like I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Abby will never. But the thing is that pits are so good with people that like.
Right. Who cares? They
Who
don't.
cares?
People like send me things like dogs who are friends.
You
live
created your
longer.
own Instagram for the
This-
dog.
she's
We
so
just
funny.
did it.
And she comments on it as Nicole. It's so funny. What did you comment? I fucking was
Hey
dying.
Raz, that looks really good.
She commented.
Oh my God.
I was dying.
I just like laugh to myself. I mean, no one's following this, but it makes me
I am.
laugh to post it and then immediately comment on it.
Some of the Smuckers, the Pitbull, you follow Smuckers?
No.
Smuckers has like a lot of followers, man.
Well, we're both obsessed with Miss Peaches.
Oh, Miss Peaches is a good dog. Fair play to him. I mean, I don't know him at all, but like that's a good dog.
Yeah.
He I don't know what she's like with other dogs.
Smuckers.
Smuckers is a good. How many followers does Smuckers have? Yeah, look how many followers. Smuckers that's a
at that.
great pit.
Look at
That
the look
actually,
back at it.
that's my favorite pit color. That kind of sand,
Yeah.
tan kind of color.
You don't have any pictures of my mom's pit, do you?
No, this is embarrassing.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe this is what the pod has become.
Why? This is like people love this. You don't even know the comments we're gonna get. I hope we get
Abby
pictures.
adopted.
We get Abby adopted, and send us pictures of your pits because we love it. I'm gonna see if I can.
Pit positive.
I'm gonna send you one of a pizza. Just put
Pits
it in the
always look like a little bit sad.
box. Oh, look at my mom's done.
Oh, another great pit. Wow, these
Great.
great pits.
Oh, he's crying. He wants to jump up there. He's big. He's all chest too.
Yeah, they're very strong.
He's awesome.
But they're real dogs, you know?
Yeah.
They're proper dogs.
They are. That's the thing. And
Like I can obviously with the rope, like I can fucking swing her around
Right,
with
right.
that rope in her mouth.
with
Like
her mouth. Yeah. The grip strength is wild.
Yeah, she can do like a full spin.
Yeah.
Like and she will be over the moon.
That's like
and
Pete.
she goes in the ocean, which is that's not very pity.
No.
She loves the ocean.
Pete loves the beach. My mom's pit, and he's awesome with kids. My 10-year-old nephew and him are like bosom buddies. Like they just like get
Abby's good with people, man.
such a kick out of him.
Abby's
And Pizza has a lot of dog friends, actually. There's a few. When I walk him, I get a little more nervous just because I don't know the dogs that he's friends with. So I just kind of keep him close when I'm at my parents' house. But all right, we've devolved. Okay.
Oh, my
We're going to wrap it
God.
up. Tell the people how they can support you, where they can find you on the road.
Well, I guess most important is that I have a special on YouTube called Des Bishop of All People.
Let's go.
So you should watch that. I'm Des Bishop on Instagram, DESBISHOP.
Awesome.
I am on the road. I'm doing like Chicago soon,
Nice.
Nashville, Pittsburgh.
I've never done Nashville. I got to do Nashville.
Yeah, and you should do Nashville because they have the lab at Zany's.
Yeah.
They have a smaller venue within Zany's.
Okay.
So I'm doing that.
Hell
so the
yeah.
pressure will be low.
Nice. We love a low pressure gig.
You like a little pressure. And a lot of other dates. They're all on my website, desbishop.net. I had desbishop.com. I lost it. So desbishop.net, like I'm some sort of fucking charity or something. Desbishop.org. It's desbishop.net though. So you can go on there
All right.
and all that.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on, Des.
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye.
Throwing ass on the gram, getting laughs at the stand. Only she can, only feehans. It's only feehans.